Hi, this is Dr. Kingsley Oturu, and this is Global Climate Talks. Today I'm going to be talking about net zero versus zero waste. Are they the same? A lot of people believe that they are the same. They sound similar, but they are completely different. So what's the difference? Net zero has to do with greenhouse gases. So the goal is to reduce the amount of greenhouse gases released into the atmosphere so that we balance it so that we're not releasing more greenhouse gases into the atmosphere. We're able to offset or absorb more of the greenhouse gases than the ones that we're releasing and contributing to fighting down climate change. Zero waste, on the other hand, is about reducing the amount of waste that is sent to the landfill by keeping products functioning as long as possible. So this could be through the reuse, like reusing, repairing, refurbishing, remanufacturing, or recycling. I'm going to be talking about that in another video. So these are what make up the circular economy, and they focus on zero waste. So the goal is, how can we make the best of resources instead of throwing them away? That's for zero waste, compared to net zero, which is concerned with how can we reduce the amount of greenhouse gases that are released into the atmosphere. So a product can support zero waste without supporting net zero, and vice versa. And a product can also support both zero waste and net zero. So for example, let's take the case of an anesthetic machine that runs on nitrous oxide. Nitrous oxide is one of the greenhouse gases. So towards the end of life, we could do a couple of things to that machine. One of the things that we could do is to decommission that machine and send it to the landfill and upgrade it to a better machine that doesn't use nitrous oxide. So by doing that, we will be reducing our greenhouse emissions. We'll be contributing to net zero. However, we will not be contributing to zero waste because we are releasing the end-of-life product into the landfill. On the other hand, we could decide that we want to refurbish that anesthetic machine and cause it to last for longer, to use it for a longer period of time. In that kind of situation, we will be contributing to zero waste because we're not sending the equipment into the landfill. We're refurbishing it and allowing it to work for longer amount of time, for longer years. Hallelujah. But when we do that, we find out that we are now contributing, we are not contributing to net zero because that anesthetic machine is now releasing nitrous oxide into the atmosphere. So that's an example to demonstrate the differences between net zero and zero waste. So as I said earlier, with zero waste, we can recycle our products at the end of life. If our product is damaged, rather than throwing it into the bin, we can repair it. You can get a bag at a Tesco, Lidl, or the supermarket, and instead of throwing it into the bin, you can reuse it over and over again until the end of life of that product. You can remanufacture products as well, and there's going to be another video showing the differences between these different zero waste strategies that make up the circular economy. So that's for zero waste. So what about net zero? What are the things we can do that can make a big difference? We could switch off equipment when not in use, turn off the lights, upgrade old appliances and heating systems to more energy efficient ones, use of devices such as air source heat pumps, ground source heat pumps, especially when constructing new buildings, using renewable electricity where possible, for example, solar panels, also measuring our carbon footprint and developing a net zero policy, training staff in businesses on sustainability practices. And one of the questions that people ask when talking about net zero is, where do I start? And you can start by having an energy assessment. When you have an energy assessment, we are able to get the baseline of what your carbon footprint is and how much energy you are using, how much electricity, how much gas, and how much carbon are you releasing into the atmosphere. You're able to assess your carbon footprint, and then you can be able to make improvements from there. And we can be able to support you with that. You can click on the link for a webinar or to book a session with us, and we can show you how you can do that. What are the benefits of achieving net zero? Well, lower energy bills. When you reduce the amount of energy you use, you automatically reduce your energy bills. I gave an example some months ago. I traveled and I put off my television set, the station with the Xbox, with the hi-fi, and I ended up saving £30 a month, which is about £360 in a year, which can be used for holiday. So you have lower operating costs, better staff engagement, especially the Generation Z are more interested in climate change, improved sustainability, greater environmental reputation, even greater opportunities to win contracts. A lot of government organizations now want you to prove that you are green in order for them to give you contracts. And then also better preparation for future environmental regulations. New regulations are coming in to ensure that homes, businesses are energy efficient. It's better to put the things in place now rather than waiting for when the legislation comes in. And reducing emission, as I said, would help you save lots of money. So the key message is very simple. Net zero focuses on reducing greenhouse gas emissions, whereas zero waste focuses on reducing waste and keeping products in use for as long as possible. They are both different, but they best work together. And working together, organizations can both reduce emissions and waste, protect the environment, reduce costs, improve efficiency to build a more sustainable future. So thank you so much for watching. If you found this video helpful, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share to others that may want to learn more about sustainability and the journey towards a greener future. So till next time, click on any of the other videos and subscribe. And remember, climate conversations lead to solutions. Thank you so much.